Stung by the devil's toilet paper.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and
You
I'm about
back
to
on
enter
this
the
shit,
sting
man?
zone with Australia's second most painful stinging tree. Here we go.
I think I've heard something about this shit
two.
too. No, I've heard about one that like could really, like, oh my god, I've heard of one that can put you in the hospital, and you'll be wishing that you was dead type shit. Like that's the one I put up. I don't know if it's this one or the other one or some other.
So
shit.
why in the world would I want to be intentionally stung by this plant species? Well, we want to
That's a
figure out a
big-ass
couple of
leaf,
things.
though.
Number one, how susceptible am I to plant venoms? Number two, is the sting really as bad as I've read about? And number three, if you do run into this plant in the wild, what are some ways that you can help alleviate the pain and remove the nettles from your arm? That's what they call in the industry the devil's toilet paper. All right, should we keep hiking and find one that's a little bit bigger?
Oh, this whole hillside, look.
Holy cow, the hillside is literally filled with these. That is all
Where is
giant
this
stinging
nigga,
trees
bro?
right there.
Australia.
A lot easier to find stinging plants than it is the
New
stinging
South
insects.
Wales.
Looks like we've got our pick of the crop
Oh
out
shit,
here.
I'm never going there.
It's just a matter of finding the right leaf. It's gonna
I
put
ain't
this
never going to the
world into a
forest in
world of
Australia.
pain.
Nigga, I ain't never going outside in
This
the
tree
desert
behind me
or
right
whatever
here would
in
not be
Australia.
considered a giant.
If I
It's
ain't in
just a
my
baby.
home or in
But
the
believe
city,
it or
then
not,
I ain't.
this
nah, I
species
ain't-
can grow
nah,
to be
I
nearly
ain't gonna be there.
100 feet in height.
They got
Now,
some
as they
crazy
get
ass
bigger,
animals,
the
bro. There's some
spines
crazy ass
on
plants.
their main
And
stem, their
fucking
trunk, so to speak,
fishes and shit.
begin to evolve away.
I'm good,
and
bro.
all of the irritating nettles are just on the stalks and the leaves themselves. As you can see, these leaves have holes in them from caterpillars. You think that this
caterpillars be
defense
eating
would have
that shit,
evolved to
bro?
take care of things like insects that are going to
See,
eat
I'm
leaves. But
telling
really,
you.
this toxin only affects mammals.
Insects, animals,
Okay,
all
so
types
this
of
is the
shit,
leaf I'm
bro.
going to go for right
I'm
here.
just not.
And
bro.
plant, thank you for letting
Australia
me
is
choose one of your
crazy as
leaves.
fuck, bro.
I'm
I
going to
don't
be very
know how
gentle
niggas
about
be
this,
living
almost
there.
like a game of operation to work my
Except
arm
for the
in
city,
here
I don't know how niggas
so
be
that I don't
living there,
accidentally
bro.
bump any of the other leaves. I'm going to cut this right at the base. Okay, there we go. The Australian giant stinging tree. Looks very unassuming. Now, before we get into the exciting part,
Just a giant leaf.
Sting-
Ain't gonna lie, I would not trust any type of giant leaf, bro. If it ain't look like a regular tree leaf,
we're
I'm
going to just
good,
take
bro.
a look at this
good.
leaf.
I'm
We're going to show you guys
tweaking.
some macro shots of the nettles that are on
But
the
nigga be
undersides.
dead ass wiping
These
this
are
shit,
known
bro.
as trichomes.
You know how
And
dirty you gotta be to
trichomes
take a shit in the
specifically are like
forest?
little barbs
and use
filled
some
with a
a
neurotoxin.
big ass leaf of toilet
Scientists
paper.
believe that this neurotoxin is very similar to that which you find in the cone snail, one of the most painful stings in the marine animal kingdom. Now, I've never been
shit.
stung by a cone snail because it's said that if you take a cone snail sting, you will be hospitalized. The way those trichomes work is that if you picture a needle with the tip of it being very sharp, hypodermic in nature, that tip breaks off once those little hairs touch skin and they release that toxin, causing massive irritation, which triggers your pain receptors. And what's really unique is that scientists don't know why the pain receptors are set off and last as long as they do. Now, those trichomes are located on the top of the leaf, but also on the underside and all along the stem.
What if he damn, what if he accidentally drops it and
think
shit?
it's
Like,
time
it
to get
lands
down to
on his
business
foot
here.
or something.
What's
or
crazy
his
about
leg.
this is I'm not going to be able to remove these nettles.
That should
They,
be
in a
fun.
sense, are microscopic, especially once they get into your skin. And like shards of fiberglass, they're going to work their way down and in. The pain will begin to come on within a matter of seconds and will get worse and worse as the minutes go by. Now, we
shit.
do have a method that I've read about that could possibly remove some of those nettles from my arm. But first things first, we've got to get the nettles into the skin. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the pain zone with the Australian giant stinging tree.
Nigga out of his
Here we
mind,
go.
bro.
One,
I don't know why he doing this shit. He
Two.
really don't
I
need
don't need to
to.
smack my arm. All I need to do is gently graze the leaf over the forearm like this,
Type shit.
and I'm going to be nettled
Yeah,
multiple times.
yeah.
Oh boy. 3. Oh my.
Why you doing it again, bitch? You only need to do it one time. Nah, he a masochist, bro. He like this pain. Hey, bro, he tweaking. Hey, he tweaking, bro.
Only immediate searing pain.
Yeah, he's a
Oh
masochist,
my
bro.
gosh. That is instantaneous. Okay, it's not a slow lead on. It is the second the leaf touches your skin. It feels
Imagine wiping your ass, you wiping that shit like with that leaf, and like boom, as soon as it touches your ass, man, bro, imagine the pain that shit would feel. Like nah,
those,
bro,
like
I
if you were to
can't.
put pop rocks in your
can't.
mouth and they start exploding, and then they just start hurting right away.
Who's editing this video, bro?
Holy cow!
Who's
Holy cow! That
yo,
is getting worse as the seconds go by.
Bro, I ain't come here to see a fucking slideshow, bro. Like I came here to see Coyote Peterson in the fucking flesh, nigga. Who the fuck is editing this video? Stop that shit. The fuck is you doing? This is it. It does not help. I still don't know what he's talking
Those little
about.
welts forming. The arm is beginning to turn red. This is sort of like the jellyfish of the plant kingdom. And those tiny nettles are almost like the nematophores that come off of the jellyfish's tentacles. Oh, I want to like rub it or do something to it, but I know if I do that, it's only going to work the nettles in deeper.
Type shit.
Now, it's important to note that this is the second most painful stinging plant in Australia. The number one top tier, the one that they call the suicide plant, is called the Gympie.
That's what I was talking about. It makes niggas want to kill themselves because of the pain. Yeah, he ain't doing that shit.
Now, we once ranked the bullet ant as the number one sting in the insect kingdom. From there, it climbed up to the giant hornet and the execution wasp. So supposedly, this sting from this plant
Execution wasp look kind of fire though. I don't want to see that shit ever in my fucking life.
is like the comparison
me?
of the Japanese
Never.
giant hornet. Honestly, at this point, I'd say the pain is starting to get into that realm of sticking my hand into a box full of yellow jackets. Now, I've been very public in saying that the hand in the angry yellow jacket box is the most painful experience I've ever gone through. So far, this has not eclipsed that, but if the pain continues to increase, as it is now, I'm in for a very painful next 24 hours. Okay, so when you think about it, I barely grazed that leaf over my
Barely,
head.
bitch ass nigga. Barely. Like, my fault, bro. I ain't mean to call Coyote Peterson a bitch ass nigga. Because obviously he got more balls than me. But barely, this nigga he did this shit twice, bro. Twice.
Imagine
You're
if you were to be
tweaking.
hiking on the side of one of these steep inclinements and
You said
you
barely,
slipped
like,
and you
what?
fell and you rolled down that hill like
You did that
Humpty
shit
Dumpty,
twice.
head over heels
Like,
through these plants.
wildin'.
How bad that would be. It
But
feels
I
as
get
if
what he
somebody
mean. I
has
get what he
taken
mean.
a hot glue gun and spread the glue on my forearm, and I can't actually get the glue off of my skin. And it's beginning to radiate, and I can feel it coming in these surges of whomp whomp, whomp whomp, whomp whomp. Like that's the pacing of the pain. And scientists don't
I know what you're
know
talking
why
about.
this neurotoxin reacts to humans, to mammal DNA, the way that it does. All right, so what we're gonna do now is let this set in for a bit longer, and then I'm gonna try one of the remedies that I saw
Fucking shit.
online, using hair wax strips to remove some of those
That shit
trichomes from the
look
skin.
disgusting,
What
bro.
I do
Nigga, you got a rash.
Lay
What
the
the
wax
fuck?
starting at the
Ew.
back,
That shit look disgusting. What
nettle
is it?
zone, just like that. Slowly. Oh, that does not feel good.
Shit.
Massage
Oh,
that
shit.
wax in. Now a little bit of
Yeah.
heat is what's going to help that wax adhere.
He really rubbing that shit too. Like,
At
what
the
the
same
fuck?
time, hopefully those.
Like, did that
nettles
shit itch or something? That shit feel
remove
good?
as
Like,
much
what?
skin
Why
as
you
possible.
doing it
You
like
can
that?
get yourself the wax strips faster
Yo.
than the 3 hours and 30 minutes that I let go by. It would be better because remember, these are going to constantly be working themselves down.
Bro, he had a
into
bug
the
on
skin.
there, bro. What
All
the
right, I feel
fuck?
like that's on there pretty good.
He had it on his
guys ready?
hand.
Here we go.
Like,
Peel
I know
off the
you
strip
fucked that shit.
fast and quickly.
Like,
1, 2, 3.
bro, that should be tickling.
Oh,
Ooh.
ow! Whoa, God, that really hurt. And I
It's
don't
whack.
know. I don't know if that made it any better. Might have made it worse, to be honest with you.
You adding pain on pain, like, what's up? But there was some wax left on his arm though.
There's no way you're gonna see this on camera, but I 100% can see that it has removed some of the nettles. And I'm wondering, from an angle, this is how I was able to see the nettles earlier. From an angle, don't see any nettles remaining. But to play it safe, I'm gonna use my one other side to this wax strip. All right, work that in there. Just like that. Wax strip number 2
Do
coming
that
off.
shit.
1, 2.
No, I feel like, ain't gonna lie, I feel like he should've, since he did that, since he did it that way first, I feel like he should do it the other way now. You feel me? Like, I feel like he should pull it from this way since he did it from that way first. Second time, do it from the other way. Making sure that you didn't miss any. You feel me?
3. Oh, yowzers. Oh, well, hopefully I got all the rest of them that time.
That was
Oh yeah, they're definitely pulling out. That is fantastic.
I think you should do one more.
Like these little white
Fuck it, why not?
fibers.
Cause fuck it, why not?
Essentially,
You know?
that's exactly what nettles are. All right, well, if you happen to find yourself in this worst case scenario where you stumble upon a giant stinging tree and you get those nettles in your arm, that is proof right there that wax strips will help remove those that have not worked themselves down beneath the surface of the skin. And I know what everybody out there is thinking. Coyote, are you going to put yourself into the sting zone with the Jimpy?
No, he not.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna film that. I honestly don't feel like this was nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I know you guys all want to see what it's like.
Oh,
for
his
coyote being
ass
stung by the world's
tweaking.
most painful plant, and I think that episode is definitely necessary.
Oh, his ass is
There
tweaking.
it is. The gimpy leaf.
Oh, his ass is wildin'. Ain't gonna lie, I would never get my shit stung by no type of Australian animal or plant, or you feel me? Like nothing. Not in Australia. Hell no. Let me tweak the fuck out. You feel me? Like no.
Oh, the water definitely makes it worse. This is terrible at the moment. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you tweaking. Tweaking out his fucking mind. Shit, I fuck with it.
I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, I'm gonna get up and shake my arm off a little bit. This is very painful. Oh.
Out of his mind. You feel me? Out of his fucking mind. Like, hey, we gonna see it. You feel me? We gonna see it. And when that shit happen, I'm gonna be shaking my head in utter disappointment, bro. Cause you got me fucked up, bro. He brave as hell, bro, for real. Like, damn. But I kinda miss these type of videos though, not gonna lie. I fuck with them, for sure.